Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Inessa and I'm an author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name Anne Sage. I write mystery, fantasy, and lots of different genres, and I'm both traditionally and indie published. And on this channel, I share my writing journey, things that I'm enjoying, things that are helping me in my writing tools, things like that. I also talk a lot about like books and recommending books, but the other thing that I do is planner videos, stationery videos, and also reading journal videos. So I already did a setup video before and I will link that so you can watch it. But this is my reading journal. And I thought in this video, we haven't done like a thoughts on what I've read kind of video so far. So I'm not doing full reviews because I feel weird doing that when I'm an author. But I kind of will give you some of my overall thoughts about the books that I've read so far. And I will kind of flip through and show you the spreads that I've done for both January and February. I do have a setup video for January. So I think for January, we're just going to talk about the books themselves. And then for February, we can talk about the spreads and about the books that I have ended up reading. Now, I didn't read all the books I would set out to read in February. Life got in the way. We got sick. I have a toddler. Things got hectic. But I will talk about the books that I have read so far. And then one I'm finishing up as well. So I can talk about that too. But if you're wondering about the journal itself and you don't feel like watching like a full setup video, so this is an Archer and Olive journal. This was from September of last year from their subscription box, and I ended up getting it from someone who didn't want the actual journal. It's absolutely beautiful. It's dark academia. It's stunning, and it's honestly so perfect for the thing I'm using it for, which is a reading journal, because it's got a bunch of books here. So it's perfect. Florals. It's really nice. I like the teal colors, and I've actually used them when I crocheted this. If you don't know, I crochet a lot as well. I'm actually starting a crochet pattern design shop on Etsy called Glitter Fritter. We'll post that below if you're interested. But I crocheted this cover for it. It's just a sleeve cover. It looks like a little strawberry, and it comes with this bookmark that looks like a little leaf, and it matches the colors here. So that's kind of what we have. So I'm going to set that up. You know what? I'm actually going to move this out of the way and kind of put it like somewhere off to the side so we can see the actual journal. So without further ado, let's get into the journal, the books, and I'm going to zoom you right in so we can talk about the books inside. So let's take a look at January. We'll take the leaf out of the way for now. So this was the January spread. I'm sure you have seen it already. So I read 3 books in January. I read Fourth Wing. I read The Unmaking of June Farrow, and I read Wayward. So my stats for the month were that my favorite book of the month was Wayward. Adored that book. Everything was on Kindle that I read. I read 3 books and 1392 pages. And I adored Wayward, and we can talk a little bit about it more. So the first book that I read was Fourth Wing. And I'm not going to say a lot, but I will say that if you look at my star rating for the book, you will see how I feel about it. And don't come at me. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but when I started reading this book, I absolutely loved it. I was really into it. The first chapter or so had me hooked. And then for me, this is a personal opinion, but for me personally, it went downhill from there. I did not connect to it. It was not the book for me. It is the book for a lot of people, and that is totally fine. We can all have our opinions, but I really did not like the book, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to bash another author's book on this channel. I will just say it's not for me. I didn't like it. I'm not going to be continuing in this series. But if you loved it, then I can, I know why, and it's great and it works for some people. It's just maybe not the place where I am at right now to read the specific book. So the next book that I read was Wayward by Amelia Hart. And like I mentioned, this was a 5-star book for me. First 5-star of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the 5-star for the whole year, like my favorite book of the year. Because I really thought that the character development in this for every single one of the women, so it goes through different timelines, and every single one of the women was so well developed. The line edit on this book was so incredibly well done. Every word and every sentence had a purpose, and I just love that in a book. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. There was like so many quotes that I could like pull out. One of my favorite quotes was, perhaps one day there will be a safer time when women could walk the earth, shining bright with power and yet live. And I just think that's so absolutely perfect for this book, and the different things that they kind of discussed, that Amelia discussed and encountered. And I'm honestly, I'm in awe about this book. Like, I really wish that we could get more about these three women, but like, obviously everything was wrapped up and it made sense. I had absolutely nothing. Usually, even when a 5-star book, like, there's some things that kind of strike me as off, but nothing about this. Like, I blew through this book. It was so good. And then my next book that I read was The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. This was my book club read for Fiction Focus, my Substack book club. Come join us there if you want to read books with us and chat about them every single month. This was a 4-star for me. Not quite a 5-star for like small reasons. I really enjoyed this. I liked the book. I liked the premise. It's a time travel book. There were some things about the time traveling that didn't quite make sense to me, and I don't think they were explained. And so I kind of ticked a star for that, I think. Or maybe not. I think I ticked a star because it wasn't just quite at this level for me. I did really enjoy it. It was a slower paced book. It wasn't like a bam, 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 something always happening. It was slower paced. It was beautifully written, and I did really like it. So that was another really good book for me. So I try to read 3 books a month, by the way. And that's what usually I can do. So now we get into kind of the setup for February that I love. I think that's why I wanted to do this video, because I'm just like obsessed with this Alice in Wonderland theme that I did for February. I had these stickers from Sticky Club that I ordered, and they're just like so quirky and fun, and I just loved it. So I did like a whole Alice in Wonderland February monthly spread. And the books that I am reading, so I'm filming this, February hasn't finished yet, and so I haven't finished reading the books. But I was planning to read 3 books. So Mystery Royale, which was our book club pick for Fiction Focus. Spirit Hunters, which was a middle grade. And it's part of my This Journey Here. It's part of my Magical Readathon Novice Path Journey. And then End of Story, which is also a Novice Path Journey book for me. So those were the 3 that I'm kind of like taking into February. I did not get to Spirit Hunters. We'll talk about why. But I did get to the other ones. So this was kind of the monthly spread, and I am very much obsessed with it. I loved it. I still have some of these stickers left that I'm going to use in my regular planner because I just love them so much. But tell me if you love them too. So Mystery Royale, this is a young adult by Caitlin Calavancia. I think I said that right, I hope. So again, as always, the setup was the colors were to match the colors of the cover, and it kind of had these bluish grayish tones and some reds. And so I kind of went with that. So this was a 4-star read for me. I really enjoyed it for what it was. It is a young adult book. So it wasn't like I wasn't expecting it to be quite as poetic, and which it can. Young adult books can be. I have read young adults, but I think because of the fantasy aspect of it and how it was positioned, like I wasn't expecting a real lyrical type of sense of writing. And I didn't get that, and that's fine. But I did get a really fun read. So that's kind of like, it was a 4-star. I really enjoyed it. I read it really fast, and it kept me like guessing throughout, which was really nice. So it was a good book. I really enjoyed it. So kind of lighter read, super fun, lots of adventure, and some magic. Spirit Hunters, as you can see, is empty now. I will be starting the month of March with this book, and so I think I will get to it pretty fast. I'll try to get through it really fast and make my way through it so I can fill this out. And I'm only going to give myself 2 books. I haven't filled out March yet, by the way, but I'm only going to give myself 2 books to read in March. So that's that. End of story. I haven't filled this out. I can't give you my thoughts because I'm about to finish it. I'm a couple of pages, like 10 pages off from finishing this book. And this is going to be the 5-star of the month for me, I think. Maybe 4.5, not quite fully 5-star, but I'll see, because I don't know how the ending is going to play out. But so far, it is a slow-paced mystery that is kind of like there is a double mystery here. So the one in the present and the one in the past. And it starts off with the past mystery that kind of gets our protagonist into where she needs to be. And it goes into like a new mystery that happens kind of midway through, just past midway. I loved it. I love The Woman in the Window. AJ Finn is a great author for me, and the kind of mysteries that I like to read, kind of the slower mystery, thrillerish kind of pacing. I really enjoyed it. I like the main character. I like the character setups in there. I love the mystery. Like, it's very, like, I'm guessing. I have no idea. Usually I have a good guess for who did it and what happened. And I am truly stumped so far, and I'm almost done with the book. So, I'm on like 85%. So not 10 pages, but 15% left in the book. And I'm going to probably finish it tonight because I have no idea what's happening. And so I do feel I'm anticipating 4.5 stars at least on this book. So I'm pretty excited. And as you can tell, like, I do rate books high. I am very easygoing, and I hand out 5 stars very easily. It's just some books don't resonate with me, like Fourth Wing, but for the most part, if I like a book, I have no problem rating it 5 stars for myself. Obviously, no one's seeing this rating but me and you guys now. But yeah, that was it for this the February, and kind of like where we're at. So it was a shorter video this time. I do apologize, but I have a cold, and I didn't want to be like on camera for long periods of time. And so I'm still kind of fighting a cold. I'm a little bit sniffly. My throat is like I'm coughing. And so I wanted to do something more simplified for the video. But hopefully you guys like these videos, kind of sharing what I read, because I do read as a writer. So I don't read as a reader. I read as a writer. And so I'm more analytical of things that I read. And hopefully this kind of showed you how I read and what I like to read. If you have any recommendations, by the way, for books for me, please, or for our book club, then make sure that you put them in the comments. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what books you have read so far, and let me know in the comments what your first 5-star read of the year was, because I'd love to read it. So tell me your 5-star read. And as always, I hope you guys stay magical, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.